Hey guys, this is Kylo, and today we're going to be talking about a little bit of what has been the topic pretty much of the entire gaming community for the last 2 weeks now, which is the new upcoming Battlefield game, Battlefield 2042, and my initial thoughts about it. So let's just jump straight into it. Obviously, I think of what we've seen so far, obviously in the trailers, the game looks absolutely stunning thanks to that amazing engine that they run on, and it looks glorious. Obviously, for the old generation of consoles, PS4 and Xbox One, obviously it's going to have some downgrades. It's not going to look as good as the new gen consoles or PC, but I think that it's still going to run pretty damn well, having in account how good on the trailer the game looks. So I think that in terms of looks, I think DICE has absolutely nailed it. So concept. Now, this is kind of the first time that we have a Battlefield set in a future sort of setting, not too distant, but not fully present. And obviously the title says it for itself, 2042, and I'm very curious to see. Obviously it looks amazing from what we've seen on the trailers, but I'm very curious to see how that concept is going to work in terms of once you play, once you're there, and all the different sort of mechanics they're trying to implement into it. So yeah, I'm very interested in seeing that sort of distant but not too distant future, and see how it adapts to Battlefield, because this is kind of like the first thing that we kind of get like this. Obviously Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, they were kind of in a current setting, and having that sort of a little bit futuristic sort of feel to it, but not too crazy. I think it's going to be something very interesting, and obviously kind of impatient to see how it adapts to the Battlefield games. The next point that I want to talk about is obviously the weapons. What have we seen so far, and what has been confirmed from EA directly? So what you see on screen obviously is some of the weapons that have been posted in the official website, and some of them obviously we can recognize so quickly, like the Scar H, like the AK-24, some VBU, and many others. So it's going to be very interesting to see how everything works out, and obviously these are some of the confirmed weapons, and some other stuff that obviously people have been putting out there, and what we have been able to see in the trailer, in between both trailers, sorry. So yeah, very cool, and I can't really wait to see the full expansion of the entire weaponry and the full customization, which is something that we're going to be talking about pretty much. Now, in terms of customization, there was a brief moment in the gameplay reveal trailer, in obviously the elevator scene, in which we saw that it's kind of like the Crisis system back in the day, for those who have played Crisis, that you could obviously customize your weapon on the go as you went and progressed through the map or through the game, which is really cool. I don't know until what extent you're going to be able to do that, in terms of, are you going to be having all the available accessories of every single weapon, or is there going to be like some extension to the customization in some sort of a menu like previous Battlefields? I guess we shall see, but of what we've seen so far in the trailer, that is such a cool feature, because obviously in some scenario you might want like a red dot scope and sort of a grip and a smaller mag, and then in some other situations you might want an AGOG scope for longer range, and change the grip and change the magazine and some of the different accessories on the go, which is amazing. The things you might need in specific scenarios are constantly changing. So yeah, it's an awesome feature, and I can't wait to personally use it and yeah, explore all the different stuff that you can do with it. Now, for the next point, I want to talk about the highlights of both trailers, for me at least personally. Now, one of the things that really struck me was obviously the wingsuits. Now, I think this is a feature that Battlefield has low-key screamed for in a very long while, especially since obviously the most amazing days of Donovan Peak back in the day in Battlefield 3. Jumping all the way from the top of the mountain, going all the way down, and I think in some scenarios all of us were like, okay, if we had a wingsuit here, this would be absolutely insane. And it's obviously such a cool feature, and I can't wait to see what type of things you can create with it, to what extent you can use it in terms of your own favor. And in the reveal trailer, there was this sort of map where there was a big jump at the very beginning, which kind of reminded me, and I believe a bunch of other people, of Donovan Peak, which is going to be absolutely amazing. And then on the gameplay reveal, we saw one of the guys jumping off a tall skyscraper and opening up the wingsuit, and I personally can't wait to do that. That's legit one of the first things I want to try out and see the different implementations of it and how you can use it both ways, as an aggressive tool, and also as a sort of a I need to survive tool. So yeah, pretty excited to see that, and that's one of the major highlights for me. And then obviously the storms and the tornadoes. Now that looked absolutely mental, and the fact that you can still survive in it and use it to you almost to your advantage, with what I just mentioned just now, the wingsuit, or already with an open parachute, or some sort of a vehicle, obviously for the epic moments of Battlefield, or many other things. And I really can't wait to see how is that going to affect the gameplay, obviously, and how we players are going to discover these ways that we can use it to our advantage. So that is something that I'm so curious about, and I really can't wait to try it out. Now, one of the other things that really struck me, and I definitely want to put in this section of highlights, was that sort of a grappling hook that we saw just for a brief moment in the gameplay reveal trailer. I legit thought, like, okay, this is how Just Cause would feel in first person, or it's something that we also have seen previously in other games like Apex Legends and etc. So that really makes me curious in terms of how can we sort of expand on this, in terms of gameplay, like once we get to use it, the different sort of ways that you could potentially use it. And it's something so interesting to me because we've never seen anything like this in a Battlefield game before. So obviously it looks pretty cool, and yeah, I mean, it's kind of like Spider-Man in Battlefield almost, but it's going to be really fun, I believe. I don't know until what point it's going to affect the gameplay in a positive or a negative way, because obviously I haven't tried it. But yeah, I'm really damn curious, and I'm pretty optimistic about it. So yeah, kind of can't wait to try. Now, for the conclusion out of everything we've seen so far, obviously today when the reveal gameplay trailer dropped, there was a date, 22nd of July for more. Now, what is going to happen, I have no idea. Is it going to be more reveal stuff in terms of the game, or is it going to be more gameplay? I don't know, what is it going to be? But the conclusion to what we've seen so far of the game, look, I think that having encountered the scale that DICE is going for here, and how big everything is going to be, and all of these new features that we're going to have, obviously, I don't think it's going to be a game without any sort of flaws at launch. Hopefully it will be. If that's the case, that will be absolutely amazing. I truly hope so. Obviously, I'm already prepared for the fact that it might have some flaws at launch, but even so, I'm pretty sure that they're going to get fixed with time. But the conclusion so far, I think it looks great. I think is a new direction for the series, and I personally can't wait to try it out. And obviously, then I can give a more cohesive opinion about it. But yeah, so far what we've seen looks exciting. I can't wait to try it out. I'm really looking forward to all of the new features that they're implementing, the maps, the weaponry, the customization, the obviously trying it out on the new gen, and all the new features they're putting into the game. So yeah, all in all, it looks pretty exciting. I can't wait to try it out. But again, I don't think it's going to be a perfect game at launch. Hopefully it will be, and if that's the case, it's yeah, Christmas definitely arrived earlier this year. But yet again, we shall see. This has been all for me. This is my initial opinion on Battlefield 2042, and yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.
I'll show you the dark side.
Yeah. Dropped out of school